Imagine this. It's 1971. The Vietnam War is raging, protests fill the streets, and the trust between the people and the government is cracking. In the midst of all this turmoil, something shocking happens. A whistleblower steps forward, leaking thousands of pages of secret documents known as the Pentagon Papers. But here's where it gets really interesting. The New York Times and the Washington Post, two of the most influential newspapers in the country, decide to publish these revelations. They believe the people need to know the truth. But what happens next? The government freaks out. They rush to court, arguing that national security is at stake. They claim that if these secrets get out, lives could be lost, alliances could collapse, and America's enemies would gain the upper hand. It's a classic case of the government saying, "This isn't journalism, it's a security breach." Now, let's pause for a moment. Doesn't that sound familiar? In today's world, how often do we hear similar arguments? How often do we see governments or corporations claiming national security or company secrets to silence dissent? The newspapers, however, fight back. They argue, hold on, the First Amendment guarantees freedom of the press. If the government can just slam the brakes on us whenever they claim something's too sensitive, then democracy itself is in danger. Imagine your boss telling you that you can't post on social media because it might cause trouble, but never explaining what kind of trouble. That's how vague the government's claims were. The case races all the way up to the Supreme Court. The suspense is palpable. Would the justices side with national security or with press freedom? In a landmark 6-3 decision, the court ruled in favor of the newspapers. They stated that prior restraint, stopping speech before it happens, is almost never allowed. The justices made it clear, the government has to prove that publishing would cause immediate, direct, and irreparable harm. Their arguments? Too weak. Justice Hugo Black famously said, "The press exists to serve the governed, not the governors." But not everyone agreed. The dissenters, Chief Justice Burger, Justice Harlan, and Justice Blackmun, cautioned that the court had moved too fast. They believed national security concerns deserved more weight. So, what do you think? Did the court make the right decision? Should national security always take precedence over press freedom? Or does the public have a right to know the truth no matter the cost? In the end, the Pentagon Papers were published, revealing that the government had been far more pessimistic about the war privately than they ever admitted publicly. This case cemented the press's role as a watchdog, even against the most powerful figures in the country. So, New York Times versus United States wasn't just about a few newspapers, it was about whether the American people get to know the truth when it matters most. The court's answer was clear. The First Amendment isn't just ink on parchment, it's a shield against government secrecy, and that shield held strong.